Hello everyone, I'm Saugata Das, Assistant Professor at Flame School of Business, Flame University. Welcome to this session on place, a very crucial part of the 4 P's of marketing. Place is all about making products accessible to the right customer at the right time through the right channels. From traditional retail stores to e-commerce and multi-channel distribution, businesses must design efficient supply chains to stay competitive. In this module, we'll explore distribution strategies, supply chain, and how businesses ensure seamless product availability. Let's get started. In the product mix, we have already seen what product is, what price is. Now we'll look at a concept called place or physical movement of goods from the manufacturer to the end user. The distribution channel and the location where the product is made available to the consumer so that it is easily accessible and convenient for the customer to use. So, let us look into this aspect of the marketing mix. For a company to manufacture the goods and make it available to the end user, the company uses something called as marketing channels. They are a set of interdependent organizations participating in a process of making a product or service available to the end user for use or consumption. You must have heard of terms like dealer, retailer, wholesaler. These are nothing but intermediaries who make sure that the product is transported or moved from the company to the end user. And the entire process is called supply chain, where the partners are either upstream or downstream. Let us look at what these words mean. Upstream partners are those who supply material to the manufacturer. This is the manufacturer. They have raw materials, they have components, they have parts. For example, say Tata Motors, to make a car, they need steel, tires, seats, seat belts, etc. So, those partners who supply to the main manufacturer are called upstream partners. And likewise, once the company has manufactured the product, when Tata Motors has manufactured the product, it needs to send the vehicle for the consumer to buy, and for this he used a set of intermediaries called distributors or dealers. Hindustan Unilever produces soap, and from the factory to the end user, you have got a number of channels like a distributor, a wholesaler, retailer. These people from the plant to the customer, when they bring it, it is called downstream. So, to be clear, this is the company. Organizations giving material to the company are called upstream partners, and those channel partners which take the finished products and send it to the end customer are called downstream. Now, a marketing channel has two ways in which it can promote its product. Either they are a supply chain or a demand chain. A supply chain happens when a company manufactures its product and markets it themselves. It is a push-based approach where companies are focusing on sourcing raw materials themselves, manufacturing the products and distributing them efficiently. And demand, for example, Toyota, the vehicles are manufactured just in time and with a 3-month schedule. So, right 3 months before, they estimate the demand, manufacture the products and ensure that the product is given to the customer. They push the products. Most of the car manufacturers work in this. Another aspect is demand chain, that is sense and respond. A pull-based approach. This is the market. A demand is generated and the manufacturer supplies to this market to ensure that the needs and wants of the customers are fulfilled, and thus they adjust their production accordingly. For example, Zara, it designs the products and sells it on real-time customer preferences. And the third method is called value delivery network. This is where all the upstream and downstream channel works in synchronicity and ensures that the end user, the customer, who is in partner with each other to improve the performance of the entire systems, the suppliers, the distributors, and lastly the customers, they come together in synergy and ensure that the end customer is satisfied with the product and they get it at the right time at the right place. So, what are the key functions? Why do we actually need channel members? Why do companies need channel members? You may ask, sir, every time a channel member is added, it increases to cost. So, why is a channel member exactly needed by a company? So, let us look into those factors. Okay. First, bridging the gap. One, they connect the manufacturers to the customers. These are channel members. And they ensure the product availability at the right place at the right time. Second is improving efficiency and reducing costs. Now, for a manufacturer, say a particular area needs only 20 units. For a manufacturer, manufacturing 200 million units, is it feasible to supply 20 units? It is not impossible. It is extremely difficult and not cost effective to do that. So, channel members, channel partners, they buy it in bulk, say 20 million units. It further breaks down to 5 million units, further breaks down to some other quantity, and then they break the bulk and supply to this particular end user, so it is profitable for everybody in the channel. Next is, for doing this, they need to store these amounts before it reaches the end user. This is also done by the channel members. Then, expanding market coverage. There are say for example, metropolitan cities, metro cities. They are tier 1 city, they are tier 2 cities, there are tier 3 cities going down and down, there are rural areas. How does the company reach all these locations? It is not physically possible for a company to reach all locations. So, they use the intermediary channels. And these channels ensure that the products are physical and onlinely present. Some other benefits of having an intermediary are enhancing customer service and support. Samsung cannot be at every location in every city in every town. So, they break down their channels so that these intermediaries, are dealers, distributors and service specialists can do after sales service. And the salespeople of these channels give personalized recommendations to the end user. Reducing manufacturing risk. Now, wholesalers absorb the inventory and financial risk that are involved. And these organizations create demands for individual locations, and when those demands from different locations are cumulated, they form the demand schedule of the main manufacturer. A demand comes from Delhi, a demand comes from Mumbai, a demand comes from Kolkata, a demand comes from a rural city. All this put together forms a demand schedule for, say, Samsung. And according to the demand schedule, Samsung gives them the product back. And these dealers, these distributors, these retailers collect customer data and pass on the customer preferences to the main manufacturer. Also, warehousing, optimized delivery and reducing costs through supply chain is implemented when you have this particular breakup. An extension of what we were discussing, a graphical representation. Channel members give information, they promote the product, they are a point of contact, they match the customer's expectation with the required product, they help in negotiating the final price of the product, they help in physical distribution. These companies, these dealers, distributors, retailers help the end user in their financing requirements, and ultimately by taking in the material, keeping it in stocks, they are also taking the risk factor of the company. Now let's look into it. Like for example, channel members gather and distribute market intelligence about customer preferences, competition, and pass it to the main manufacturer so that they can take informed decisions. For example, retail collect data on customer buying habits and pass them through the manufacturer. Then you have promotion. These dealers, these networks, these retailers also are a point where they help in marketing the product to the end user by through advertising, sale campaigns and in-store displays. You see pop-ups, you see those standees in retail stores, and that is how you come to know what schemes the company are running. Then there is a something called contact. It establishes and maintains connections with potential and existing customer, thus enhancing market reach. Then it is the match. A customer wants X product, the dealer matches this product with his own stock. So, it helps to customize product, prioritize and customize products or services based on individual customer needs through this stock or product assortments. For example, you walk into a showroom, car showroom, and you want a particular model. Probably that particular model is slightly above your budget or does not match a particular safety or thrill requirement of yours. So, when you are conversing with the dealer helps the customer arrive at a particular model which is conducive to both the manufacturer and the end user. When you are buying this car, there is a price negotiation. This negotiation also is done by the dealers and the terms of sale is finalized. Then you have got something called physical distribution, as we have been discussing, a movement from the manufacturer to the customer, and in between you have got storage, which is done by these intermediaries. Then financing. These dealership networks, these wholesalers, these retailers have tie-ups with local finances, big companies and non-banking NBFCs to provide financing options and credit plans for end users so that they can facilitate purchase. Then risk taking. They assume risk by maintaining inventory and holding unsold goods in their stock which may probably not sell immediately. So, this risk also the intermediary takes care of. Now, what are the levels of intermediaries? One, a channel level is a layer of intermediaries that perform some work, we will look into it, bringing the product and its ownership closer to the final buyer. Now, there is something called direct marketing channel where the manufacturer sells directly to the consumer. Otherwise, there is something called indirect marketing channel where manufacturer goes through a set of intermediaries or channel members to reach the end customer. Let us look into this. In this diagram, you see when you talk about consumer marketing, B2C channels, the producer marketer to the consumer, this is first level. This is second level. What is first level? There is only one intermediary. When you're talking about second level, there is one wholesaler and there is a retailer, and then finally it reaches the consumer. It's very simple. This is no level, first level, second level.